Hello everybody, I'm Foxachu and welcome to something that's going to be a little different. Instead of doing a toy review of a new toy I get, today is the start of something I like to call the nostalgia review, where I'm going to be looking at my old toys from when I was still very young. And by young I mean like when Age of Extinction was out, so 2014, so yeah, I was still very young, but today's nostalgia review is today of the Age of Extinction Deluxe Class Bumblebee. Or could this be the Last Night movie? I do not know. But I do know this was one of my favorite toys growing up. Besides the Mech Tech Dark of the Moon Bumblebee, which these two are my favorite Bumblebee figures. I have two other ones, but I'm not going to get into that mess. So let me know if you would like a review of this guy, if you want. Okay, now let's talk about this figure. This figure's pretty awesome. You see good detail. Sure, the backpack might be a bit of a nuisance, but I mean, like, early 2014 engineering, I mean, like, it could have been worse. I mean, like, we could have gone, I don't know, something far worse than this. But I mean, like, this is not that bad if you think about it. Just look at it. He's got very good weapon storage with these little stars, which I think are meant to be. I'm pretty sure also in the movie where he actually sees Stinger, and it was one of the most best scenes. I mean, like, him just calling it a cheap knockoff in the movie was amazing. And also for anyone who's never seen Age of Extinction, get out of my house. Just kidding. But Age of Extinction was like one of my favorite movies growing up. I swear. As soon as The Last Night came out, I kid you not, I brought my Optimus Prime barricade and this guy to the movies. It was insane. Let's just say I was really into Transformers, and I still am. I just got back into it just about like a few months ago. Saw the War for Cybertron series, and I immediately went like. But first, let's talk about this guy's posability. Sorry that I've been talking for a long time. Let's do this. Okay, posability, kind of basic, not as our today's quality of Transformers, but very good. Here's what we have. We have a swivel here. A swivel here with a ball joint so you can look up that far and look down that far. It also has this eyebrow articulation. Also, we just talk about how it looks like he's painted with the face and eyes. You also get like some kind of like battle mask feature, but it just looks like just funny. Okay, a 360 at the arms, which is kind of blocked by the backpack, and these things. For some reason, this one does not. They're kind of fiddly, but I'm able to deal with it. In and out. Excuse me. A hinge joint here, swivel here. One more rotation, swivel here. A bend, and his hand can convert into a gun. So pew pew. But anyway, let's get to the bottom part. No wasteful, but then again, what waste? Legs move out that far and move back that far because they could always put that there, and you can get it. But that kind of makes it look like it has a cape. So no can do. But anyway, you got a knee bend here, which makes it look kind of wonky. The eye swivel. A bend here, a hinge joint here, but no pivots. But I'm like, the posability here is kind of good, kind of bad. All depends on your preference of good posability. I mean, like, at least he has some posability. Some they don't even. Some are just glorified bricks. So anyway, that's supposed to be. How do we get to the size comparisons? Here we have Mech Tech Deluxe Class Bumblebee, which is kind of bigger than him, which I am surprised. The Last Night Leader Class Megatron, which is very big. and my previous review, the Core Class Soundwave, which is surprisingly kind of big compared to this deluxe. So yeah, this guy is a pretty decent sized deluxe class figure. But I mean, like, let's talk about something else besides that for his posability. Is his weapons, which are his included accessories, which are like these little star blade thingies. They're like that. You can get some pretty decent attacks. But anyway, let's get these removed for the transformation, you know, because it's time for amazement. Feel free to skip the transformation if you want. That won't matter to me, but please don't skip, because I do put a lot of effort into this. And like editing this will be a very big pain, so enjoy a transformation sequence. And this car mode's pretty good. Look at this. This is definitely the last night car mode, I just realized, because see that? If my camera can zoom in on it, there we go. You see, it's very obvious that this is the last night because these menacing looking headlights. He rolls pretty well. Not that well, because, I mean, like... Also, the way the weapon sword actually plays into a transformation is pretty brilliant. But, I mean, like... He does have a fake chest, but I mean, like, how else were they going to copy that insane transformation that he had in that movie? He really turned into another Stinger. Also, look, there's translucent plastic. You see all the good detail. These are very good. These little windows, the tail, there's a bumper and a tail light. If you can see that with those little exhaust things. One of the best toys I ever got. I'm so glad I got this. But I mean, like, what else can you count as possibly for this? I guess you can count the wheels as a swivel. But I mean, like, it's very faint. Now let's get to these size comparisons for this car mode. We got Mech Tech Bumblebee, which is kind of the same vehicle in size. They're both Chevy Camaros. A Bumblebee I completely forgot about, I'm sorry, the Nest Bumblebee Soundwave. This little mini vehicle of Optimus Prime from the movie, which is very good. Human. And finally, Stegosaurus. I don't know where my big one went. I might look for it. But anyway, don't even ask for me to transform the last night Megatron. That thing is complex, but he's not painful. But I ain't transforming that on camera. I ain't transforming that thing for this review. But anyway, let's get to the final meat and potatoes of this. So if you're asking me if you should get this figure, if you can, I would, but I don't know if they sell these anymore. You might want to go look on Amazon or eBay. eBay, you might have to pay a pretty penny, but this guy, when I got him, he was like a very cheap price, I think. But I say this guy's a pretty good figure. Love the detail for him, even though he is pretty much just a repaint of the Stinger toy. I never had that toy, but if I did, I'll probably just be like doing that one scene from the movie. But anyway, to round this review, I say I give him a 1, 2, 3, 4 pat out of 5 because if you had a whistle, I think you would be good. But if you're wondering what my next review might be, oh, I have a big plan for that. But until then, I'm Fox Chew signing off. Anyway, I should also talk about some of these other toys I have got around. Tell me if you actually go for that big review, or I might want to do it. Subscribe today. Oh, please won't you subscribe? Subscribe, please, and enjoy.